Deep in the Alaskan wilderness, something strange stands against the sky. Imagine a forest. But this forest isn't made of trees. It's a grid of metal giants. 180 antennas rise from the ground near a town called Gakona. They stand silent and imposing. Each one is a 72-foot-tall metal skeleton. Together they form a massive, eerie array. This is the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Most people just call it HAARP. It looks like something straight out of a Cold War spy movie. A place where secrets are buried deep beneath the frozen earth, spread across dozens of acres, surrounded by the vast, unforgiving Alaskan landscape. This isolation feels deliberate, almost strategic. When the northern lights dance above, they cast a ghostly green glow on the antennas. The metal seems to hum with an unseen energy, a low, resonant thrum you feel more than hear. Could a machine made by human hands control the weather? It sounds like pure science fiction, a fantasy dreamed up for a blockbuster movie. Yet for many, this is the central question of the HAARP mystery. The theory is as simple as it is terrifying. By beaming billions of watts of energy into the ionosphere, HAARP could heat and manipulate this volatile layer of our atmosphere. It could steer the jet stream, create high-pressure systems where there should be none, even redirect storms, or create them from nothing. The power to control the weather is the power to control nations. Imagine the implications of such a weapon. A targeted drought to cripple agriculture, a manufactured hurricane to devastate coastlines, an unnatural deep freeze to bring a country to its knees. Proponents point to strange patterns. Katrina, catastrophic tsunamis. They see a pattern, a guiding hand behind the chaos. Could these disasters have been anything but natural? Scientists dismiss the claims, saying HAARP's energy is minuscule, a drop in the ocean, far too weak to sway Earth's complex weather systems. Weather happens in the troposphere, far below the ionosphere. But secrecy makes explanations hard to swallow for some. Why build such a massive, expensive tool for such a small effect? Online, the rumors persist, morphing into a modern myth. Gods playing with lightning bolts, only the gods are us. The theories don't stop with the weather. Some whispers suggest something even more frightening. Earthquakes. The idea, high-frequency waves don't stop in the air. They penetrate into the crust. Earth-penetrating tomography. Officially, it's for imaging tunnels or resources. But what if it could destabilize tectonic plates? Focus energy on a locked fault, nudge it past the brink. Unleash a catastrophic earthquake that appears natural, a perfect stealth weapon. A way to destabilize a nation without firing a shot. Devastation immense, cause hidden. Skeptics note plate tectonics' immense forces. An earthquake's energy dwarfs anything HAARP could produce. To most geologists, it's absurd. Believers counter, it's not moving plates. It's a trigger at a critical stress point. Like a single snowflake starting an avalanche. The idea gained traction after quakes in unusual places. Haiti in 2010, Japan in 2011. Amateur timelines linked HAARP activity days before disasters. Connections are circumstantial, no concrete proof. Perhaps the most disturbing theory has nothing to do with the Earth or the sky. It has to do with us, with our minds. The brain is an electrochemical machine, a symphony of tiny electrical signals. Brainwaves. What if an external force interfered? What if a massive antenna array could influence how people think and feel? This is the fear at the heart of the HAARP mind control conspiracy. It centers on extremely low-frequency waves, the same bands our brains use. By modulating a high-frequency beam, HAARP could generate ELF in the ionosphere. Reflected back down, waves could blanket regions, even continents, tuned to frequencies that induce apathy, fear, or aggression. They could suppress dissent, make a population docile and easy to control. It's a terrifying thought. Proponents point to declassified programs like MKUltra. If those were real, is technological manipulation such a leap? There is some science. The Frey effect. The microwave auditory effect. Pulsed microwaves can be perceived as sound, tiny thermal expansions creating a shock wave to the inner ear. The sound feels like it comes from inside your head. Non-lethal military research exists. A voice projected into a soldier's head could sow confusion and fear. Now imagine HAARP scale. Signals over a vast area. Whispers across an entire city. Official stance: HAARP's frequencies and power aren't suitable. Signals would be too weak and drowned by modern electromagnetic noise. But history of covert ops makes denials ring hollow for some. If the unthinkable was tried before, what unthinkable things might be tried now? To understand the suspicion, look at who built it. This was no bake sale science project. Funded by the US Air Force, the US Navy, DARPA, the Pentagon's Mad Science Division. They build next-gen weapons. Their involvement is a massive red flag for anyone wary of secrecy. Officially, communication. Ionospheric effects on long-range radio. Submarines talking deep underwater. Protecting satellites. Preventing enemy jamming. Plausible and strategic. But every military project has defensive and offensive applications. Patents raise eyebrows. Physicist Bernard Eastlund described technology far more powerful than HAARP. Weather modification, global comms disruption, even lifting parts of the atmosphere to destroy missiles. His company was acquired by a major defense contractor. Then that contractor built HAARP. The connection fueled speculation. For most of its life, HAARP sat behind a veil of secrecy on a secure military site. Access heavily restricted. Information dripped through press releases and curated papers. When answers are withheld, imaginations turn darker than truth. Data wasn't broadly shared. Armed guards for an Aurora lab. Occasional open houses tried to dispel rumors. Believers called it PR theater, certain the real experiments paused for the tour. The more the narrative was controlled, the more suspicious people became. Every denial a confirmation. Every redaction proof of a cover-up. In 2014, the Air Force announced it was shutting down HAARP. The project was complete, goals accomplished, maintenance too costly. They would dismantle the array. For a moment, the mystery seemed over. Turned to scrap. Story ended. But suspicion surged. Why now? Why dismantle such a valuable, controversial asset? One theory: misdirection. A cover-up in plain sight. They weren't really dismantling it. The project was going dark. It moved into a more secret phase. Or perhaps the tech had been perfected. Smaller, hidden versions elsewhere. Another theory: it never shut down. It simply changed hands. In 2015, handed to UAF, a research tool for academics. Crowdfunding to operate, booking research time. A paradox: a once top-secret site, partly public-funded. Today is September 30th, 2025. Over a decade since the Air Force walked away. Now it operates more openly under the university. But ghosts of its past still haunt Gakona. The questions didn't vanish. They evolved, burrowing into the fabric of our digital world. HAARP became a modern legend, a cautionary tale of tech and mistrust. How much do we really know about secret research in our name? Where is the line between national security and transparency? Directed energy, artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, not science fiction, real. The same questions raised by HAARP apply to them all. We're left with two stories, one of science, misunderstood and scapegoated, and another, darker story of a secret weapon and a cover-up. Which is true? Maybe truth lies in the static between fact and fiction. Or perhaps one is entirely correct.